the feedback that I got from you while doing the team test was that the exponents and the domain and range are the two hardest things right now. Does that sound right? Okay, so we're gonna work on exponents today, quite a bit, and then tomorrow we have a fun Kahoot for you on the hard topics before the test, which I think is gonna hopefully help. So right now, I'm going to do all the problems on this video down the left side, and then have you guys work on the problems on the right side. So, starting with number 1. Did you guys find the worksheet, by the way? Okay. All right. So, number 1. I noticed that it has a negative exponent. So I circle it and I'm going to move it to the bottom. Negative exponents go to the other side of the fraction and become positive exponents. So that's a reciprocal, 1 over 4 to the 4th. And what is 4 to the 4th? 256. Beautiful. Okay. Number 3 is probably the best problem on the whole page. What's 2 squared? 4. I could do those all day. Bring more of those, Mrs. Talbot. Okay, number 5. We have a negative exponent. I'm going to circle it. Put my little arrow. One over r to the positive 4. Okay, now number 7. This is where it's going to go a little bit different. So only the v to the negative 3 has the negative exponent. The 2 does not. So this is the only piece that goes to the bottom. So 2 stays on the top. And v to the negative 3 goes to the bottom and becomes v to the positive 3. Okay, number 9. X to the negative 1, y to the 0. So first thing is that y to the 0 is 1. So I'm going to go x to the negative 1 times 1. And normally I wouldn't do that. Like if I was going to do this problem, I would have just crossed out the y to the 0. But since we're being really careful doing this together, I want to make sure that you understand what happened here. And then anything times 1 is itself. So x to the negative 1 times 1 is itself. It has a negative exponent. So it goes to the bottom. And that's 1 over x to the positive 1, which is 1 over x. Okay, pausing there. Anyone want to add anything, say anything? You okay? You're kind of baby ones, but that's all right. It's good just to confirm. Okay, number 11. Okay, so now we're getting into the product property where they're like multiplying together. And you multiply the numbers in front and then add the exponents. Multiply the numbers in front, add the exponents. Okay, now what do I do? Yes, Mia. Beautiful. Okay, but remember, and I'm sure you know this, only the negative exponent piece goes to the bottom. How's it coming? Is it coming? Is it doing it? Are we doing it? Is it happening? Repetition? Good. Okay. Next what? 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, add the exponents. What's the exponent on a plane y? 1. Beautiful. Okay, so 4 plus 1 is 5, and then just x squared. He doesn't have anybody to combine with. Okay, and then you're like, what's going to go to the bottom? Nothing. That's the end because there's no negative exponents. We like those. That's a good thing. Okay, two more on this side. So now we're doing like the parentheses powers, and make your little distributive rainbow there. So 4 squared, m to the -4, n to the -8. So it's kind of like distributive, but then you multiply the exponents. Any questions about where I got any of those numbers from? Okay, now who's going downstairs? Mm-hmm. Is it okay with you guys if I put 16 on the top? Do you understand where the 16 came from? Four squared, x to the 8, y to the 4, 16, x to the 8, y to the 4. And nobody's negative, so nobody needs to move. Okay, flip to the back. Okay. All right, let's go super slow. Okay, so 2m to the 3rd stays on the top. N to the -2 goes to the bottom and becomes n to the +2. M to the 0 is 1, so I'm just going to cross that out and put 1 times. N to the -3 comes to the top and becomes n to the +3. Okay, now it's a fraction, so I'm going to do expanded form. Do you have to do expanded form? Not necessarily. I just feel like it's really helpful at first. Giant 1, giant 1. Okay, there's nothing left on the bottom. Is that okay? Yeah, over 1 is just the same thing as the original. Okay, number 21. Okay, so 4y staying down here. Y to the negative 2 is going to come down to the bottom and become y to the positive 2. X to the negative 4 is going to go to the top and become x to the positive 4. I don't really need to write this one out, huh? So x to the 4th on top, and then 4, and then there's 3 y's on the bottom. Okay. Now let's move to scientific notation. How do you feel about that difficulty level? Easy? Okay, write each number in standard notation. So what this means is this is 10 to the third is a positive number. So we're going to make this number bigger by 3 powers of 10. 1, 2, 3. And in each one of these bumps that there's nothing there, we're going to put a 0. So this is 1,400. Okay, now this one, we're going to make it smaller by 10, 3 powers of 10. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 decimal. And there's 2 unfilled bumps. So 0.0055. Okay, move down to 27 and 29. Okay, where do I want to move the decimal point? Between what 2 numbers? 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now here's the big question. Is it 5 or negative 5? Negative 5. Because this is a really little number and you're making it bigger. Okay, on 29, I have to put my own decimal in. Go between the 2 sevens. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, last ones. We're actually going to do 31 and 32, not 31 and 33, because I want to do a multiplication and a division one. All the rest of these are multiplication. Okay, so multiply the 2 numbers. In front times 10 and then add the exponents. So multiply the 2 numbers in front times 10 and add the exponents. Okay, now It is not in proper scientific notation because 29 is too big. So I'm going to move it down 1 decimal place, 2.994. And since I went down a decimal, I have to add 1 to balance it. So that becomes 10 to the 11. Okay, 32. Division problem. Divide the numbers in front times 10 and subtract the exponents. Okay, 13.92. Is that proper scientific notation? No, 13's too big. Okay, so I'm going to move it down 1 power of 10. And to balance it out, move this up 1 power of 10. Done. Okay, now just a note on number 34, because I'm going to have you guys working on this in your groups. When it says squared, just write it twice, like this, and then treat it like this kind of problem right here. That's a hint. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys the next 10, 15 minutes to finish the rest of the problems in your groups. Then we're going to go over the answers. You could definitely talk to each other. Do you see where the pass is? It's on the hanging on the whiteboard, the like lanyard. Yeah. See how we did. Okay, here we go. Okay. Number 2 is 1. Number 4 is, this is not right. This is supposed to say 16. I don't know why they did that. Number 6 is 2 over x. How do we do so far? We're doing it? Okay. Number 8 is 2 over a squared. Number 10 is v squared over u. And number 12 is 2v to the 4th. Any questions about those guys? Okay. 14 is 4x to the 4th y cubed. 16 is mn over 3. That one's kind of spicy. 18 is 16y squared x to the 6th. Do you want to talk about any of those or discuss or have me do any of them for you? Yes. Okay. Wondered on that one. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is distribute my -1 exponent. So I have 3 to the -1, m to the +1, n to the +1. And then 3 to the -1, and then I'm just going to change those to mn. And then 3 to the -1 is negative exponent, so that's going to go to the bottom and become 3 to the +1, and mn is going to stay on top, and then you can see how I got that. That was a little spicy. Let me ask if you would be willing to say, anyone, did you forget to make the 3 to the -1 also if you got that one wrong? Yeah. Yeah, that I think that's the biggest mistake right there. Okay, moving to the back. Number 20 is 3 over 2b to the 7. 22 is 3b to the 3rd. You need me? Need me? No? Okay. All right. This is 4 zeros in front of the 683. And this one is just 87. Okay, now this is weird. I don't know. I gotta tell you, I would never ask you to write a number that's already in scientific notation, but because this is already the correct format, they just added 1, which was 10 to the 0. I'm never gonna ask you to do that on a test or quiz or something, I promise. 7.8 is just 7.8 to me. But this one is 7.58 times 10 to the 2. Okay, and then the last two, 4.956 times 10 to the -8, 5.776 times 10 to the -7. Anybody want any help with either of those? Yes, Mia? Oh, yeah. Well, what did I do wrong? Oh, look what I did. What did I do? I accidentally times it. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. It must be me. Okay, so luckily, I live in the land of erasable pen. Yes, honey. Of course. 4.9555. They just rounded the 555 up to a 6. I wouldn't mark yours wrong. It's the same thing. They just rounded it. And there's really no rules for rounding these. Like, I mean, how many decimals you go out? Apparently, they're doing 3 decimals in all of these, but I didn't tell you, so that's totally okay. Thank you for asking that. Okay, so now let me fix this guy. Okay, first, is everybody okay with me saying 387? If I'm going to round to 3 decimal places, do you see where the 7 came from? We're good with that? Okay, so now I'm going to move it in between the 3 and the 8. And then because I moved it up 1, I have to move this down 1 to balance it. Okay. Now, if you could take your packet and turn it to the very back where the blank white sheet is. Just turn it over completely. Just so there's like a white. Okay. I know that one person in the room figured out my future boo-boo. Did anyone else figure it out? Smart, observant one. Take a look at the last page in the packet at the top right corner. What does it say? Yeah, I accidentally grabbed the answer key instead of the actual page. Which is great, because then we can check our answers as we go, but now I'm going to give you the actual thing, because, you know. Special lady. There's like no excuse. I copied these packets. Anyway, okay, but we do need scratch paper, so let's just go to the very back of the packet. Okay, so this is a puzzle, and if we do it correctly, it should match at the very end. So we'll see as we go. So I'm gonna take this first thing here, 3a to the negative 2 divided by a to the negative 3. And I feel like it's kind of okay for us to have negative exponents through our puzzle till the end. Okay, so what do I do when it's a division problem? What do I do with the exponents? Yes, subtract them. So right here, we're going to go 3a to the negative 5. No. That's not right. What's negative 2 minus negative 3? I did negative 2 minus 3 because I'm all flustered because I copied the answer key instead of the actual assignment. What's negative 2 minus negative 3? 1. Okay, now we're going to go this way. 3a to the negative 2 times 2a. Okay, so the plane A has a 1. What's the answer for this one? And just leave the negative exponent, it's okay. 6a to the negative 1. Okay, now I'm going to come down the middle. A to the negative 3 over a to the negative 5. What's negative 3 minus negative 5? Positive 2. Okay, so in this box is kind of the moment of truth. It's like, does this answer equal this answer? Then we'll know we did it right. Does that make sense for both sides? Woo! Okay, where should we go next? Over here? Okay, so distribute. I'm doing this problem right here. What is 2 to the third power? 8. Okay, and this is just like scientific notation. What's 8 divided by 4? 2, and then subtract the exponents. What's wrong? Oh, I went this way. Now I'm gonna go this way. Hold that thought. And by you asking me that, does that mean that you guys are ready to try this on your own without me? Or do you want me to keep helping? Miles, you can feel free to go by yourself. Anyone else want help? Or you want to give it a go? You have no opinion? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep going here. Let's see. 4a to the 8 over 4a to the 11. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so this is a to the negative 3. Now I'm doing this problem. Sounds to me like you guys want to try it. Guess where you could check your answers? On the back page of the packet, maybe, if you got stuck. Okay, give it a go. Give it a go. See how far you can get.